My name is Heather Caye, and I am a forensic meteorologist with Hail Trace. So I am here today because Hail Trace is celebrating 10 years of business, and it's been a crazy ride. It's been a fun ride, and the company has grown so much, and so I think it's really cool to look back at how it started and when I started until now, of how much we've grown and changed over the last 10 years. So my love of weather started probably when I was 9 or 10. Started not what really came with it, like the destruction, but just the science in general, and that's just really grown over the years and stuck with me to this day. I am from the Detroit, Michigan area. I grew up there, and I got my bachelor's degree at the University of Michigan, Dearborn. I got my degree in earth science, and then I moved out to South Dakota, where I got my master's degree in atmospheric science. That was in 2012. And then I moved back to Michigan, and I was working at my local Arby's. Stayed there until I got hired on in 2014 with Hail Trace. So I originally applied for the forensic meteorologist position in January 2014, and I didn't get the position at that time, but then he contacted me mid-April after that second time I got hired on. I was the administrative assistant, and I did some weather in there as well if the weather team needed any help. So moving out here in 2 weeks worth of time was a mixture of emotions. I was excited, nervous. I didn't know where I was going to live, but to just pack up everything in boxes and just looking for places in such a short amount of time was interesting. So the company has changed a lot since I've been here. Like 5 people, now we're up to 20 over the last 6 years. I transitioned over to the weather team full-time in 2016, and since then I've started mapping storms full-time. I started doing a lot more of the hail impact report, going from the admin position to just weather full-time, and like that's been a big change, but a good change. Also started doing the live videos. That was not around when I started in 2014. That got brought on in 2015. I started doing those every once in a while, and as the years went on, I've been doing them a bit more. So that's been really cool to kind of bring in a little bit of the broadcast side with the forensics, and we've gone storm chasing too. The last few years we've been doing that more as well. We've grown so much, and it's just been really cool to see how much we've evolved over the last 6 years that I've been with the company, and let alone the 10 years that it's been around. So yeah, growth is good. All of 2014, things weren't as fine. I got dropped down to part-time, only working 20 hours a week instead of 40. I got paid hourly. I wasn't salary anymore. I had to get basically written checks for a few months. We were cutting it pretty close. It was a bit stressful. Luckily, financially, I was okay, but it was stressful, and hoping that we can jump back in the spring. Luckily, Derek kept his promise that this would never happen again. It hasn't happened again to where I would be cut down part-time. I got right back up to salary, and now these days we're a lot more comfortable financially, which is a great thing to see. What I'm most proud of is that even during hard times and busy times, we never gave up. We stayed determined to continue to grow and get through those hard times and learn from our mistakes and just continue to grow in whatever ways that we could. We just stuck with it and we're seeing great results. 2015, at our old office, we had a gigantic, I think it was a rat snake in the woods, and this thing was probably 5 or 6 feet long. That was like the coolest thing. Okay, maybe I thought 2016, we saw one on March 17th. Middle of the night, nothing was supposed to happen. I get some alerts on my phone at like 4:30 or something in the morning. I looked at it. 2-inch report in Dallas, notifying my guys like, Dallas just got like 2-inch hail, and that woke them up. And of course, at the same time that I'm letting them know, the Dallas area is getting hit a second time. So it was a crazy day. Lots of memories, lots of fun ones, storm chasing ones as well. I mean, it's hard to kind of just pick a few. It's been a lot of fun so far. I've stayed with the company for as long as I have because the environment's great, the people are great. We're like one big, happy family. And I get to do what I love every day. It gets to be a bit stressful. It's a lot of work what we do. A lot of hours are put in, but you know, I'm a meteorologist living in the central southern plains of the United States where the severe weather happens. So, I mean, as long as I'm, you know, treated with respect and I continue to grow with the company and the company stays alive for 10, 20, whatever years, I don't plan on going anywhere. To all of our supporters, our clients, our families that have supported this crazy company that started out small, thank you guys so very much for believing in us, continuing to believe in us, helping us grow even more. For taking a risk. I know what we do is very different. We have a lot of competitors that just do algorithms, and to trust a company that does something completely different. Thank you guys so very much for sticking with us, and hopefully you will be with us for another 10, 20, 30 years down the road. To my amazing coworkers for being great and hardworking, for pushing me and to help me continue to get better and to grow and evolve. But thank you guys for always being awesome. We are like this little family, and that's one of the main reasons why I've been sticking around for so long. And no one else did in this field. I mean, I applied to, I think, close to 200 positions in the almost 2 years that I spent out of grad school. And I mean, you had faith in me and my love for the weather and brought me on without blinking an eye. So thank you for believing in me and helping me grow, and for continuing to inspire not just me, but the others in the company to grow as well and to keep us going and thinking and evolving. And hopefully the next 10 to 20, whatever years, continue to be just as great, and we continue to grow and evolve, not just as a company, but as people as well.